And every couple of days, we're losing children to starvation. We in the Arab world have been seeing this war live streamed every single day.
When did the royal family announce the birth of their last child? Would you believe it's been 18 years already? Hashem, the youngest child of Queen Rania and King Abdullah, lives like the privileged royalty he is. Not only that, unlike his older brother, he doesn't have to bother himself with the duties and burdens that come with being a crown prince. In this video, we will look at everything there is to know about Hashem, what he is currently doing, and what he has in the oven for baking. Prince Hashem's early life. Prince Hashem bin Abdullah is the youngest child of King Abdullah II and Queen Rania of Jordan. He was born on the 30th of January 2005 in Amman, Jordan. Being the fourth child and second son, his arrival was celebrated nationwide. As a young child, he often appeared alongside his parents and siblings at national celebrations to show the family's strong connection to their people. For instance, during Jordan's Independence Day events, he was occasionally dressed in traditional Jordanian attire to signify respect for the country's heritage. Despite his royal status, Prince Hashem's parents ensured he experienced a balanced upbringing. King Abdullah II and Queen Rania are known for instilling humility, discipline, and a strong sense of responsibility in their children. In an interview, Queen Rania once remarked about parenting, "The most important thing is to raise good people who are humble, kind, and responsible individuals." As a member of the royal family, Hashem's life shows Jordan's balance between deep-rooted traditions and a modern outlook. His education combines an appreciation for Jordanian culture with exposure to global perspectives. Prince Hashem's upbringing also includes learning about the Islamic faith and the values of the Hashemite family, which focuses on compassion, justice, and service to the nation. Simultaneously, he has been exposed to modern ideals, including technology and global awareness. Prince Hashem's siblings and their relationship. The king and queen had 3 children before Prince Hashem, and he shared a close bond with Crown Prince Hussein, Princess Iman, and Princess Salma. As the youngest, he has often been seen in candid family moments, showing that their relationship is solid. It is not uncommon to find out that people's siblings act for the camera to give the world what they want, while they fight and bicker all day. Let's look at the kind of bond they share. Crown Prince Hussein was born in 1994 and is nearly 11 years older than Hashem. Not only that, he is the heir to the throne. Hussein has taken on significant royal duties. He is a role model in this position, who inspires Hashem's sense of responsibility and leadership. The two brothers have been photographed together on various occasions, where he showed how warm and supportive he is. Prince Hashem's other siblings are Princess Iman, born in 1996, and Princess Salma, who arrived into the family 4 years later in the year 2000. They are Hashem's older sisters. Iman recently married, and her wedding was a major event for the royal family. Salma, on the other hand, is trained in military service and represents the modern role of women in the Hashemite family. Both sisters have been quite influential figures in Hashem's life. They help him balance their traditional roles with progressive achievements. Although still young, Prince Hashem has already displayed traits that hint at his family's values. Insiders and other observers have noted his calm demeanor, respectful interactions, and quiet confidence during public appearances. These qualities align with the family's tradition of leading with humility and grace. More than what is expected of him as royalty, he has also shown an interest in sports, particularly soccer, which is popular in Jordan. Like many teenagers, he enjoys activities that allow him to connect with others and develop teamwork skills. His education and upbringing ensure that he's well-rounded and prepared for the responsibilities he may take on as a member of the royal family. Prince Hashem began his education in Jordan at prestigious institutions such as the King's Academy. These schools integrate a variety of Jordanian cultures with international curricula to prepare students for global challenges while keeping them connected to their roots. The King's Academy was founded by King Abdullah II, and it carries a lot of weight as it embodies the Hashemite family's vision of encouraging leadership and critical thinking. The school is modeled after Deerfield Academy in the United States, which King Abdullah II himself attended. Prince Hashem graduated from the King Academy on May 2023. The young prince is pursuing higher education at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., United States. The Hashemite family strongly believes that education empowers individuals and promotes progress. King Abdullah II and Queen Rania have consistently advocated for education reform in Jordan and worked tirelessly to provide access to quality education for all. Hashem's commitment is shown in his high schooling standards. He is not only expected to excel academically, but also to develop qualities such as empathy and discipline, preparation for future responsibilities. Prince Hashem's upbringing is designed to prepare him for a life of service, whether as a public figure or through other contributions to Jordan and the world. The Hashemites have a long-standing tradition of blending humility with leadership, and Hashem's education shows this ethos in every way. By teaching him discipline, empathy, and a deep connection to Jordanian culture, the royal family ensures that Hashem remains focused while understanding the importance of his role. At the same time, his exposure to international ideas and modern education equips him to deal with the complexities of the 21st century. As Hashem grows older, his education and personal development will be crucial in shaping his contributions to the Hashemite legacy. Whether through public service, philanthropy, or other endeavors, he is prepared to uphold his family's values while addressing the needs of a changing world. As the youngest member of the Jordanian royal family, Prince Hashem has gradually begun to take on public duties. From an early age, he has accompanied his parents, King Abdullah II and Queen Rania, to important events marking his presence in the public eye and beginning his official exposure to the responsibilities he may one day assume as a royal family member. Prince Hashem's earliest public appearances were typically in the company of his parents and siblings. These moments allowed the young prince to experience the public life of the royal family without taking on full responsibilities, at least not yet. Notable moments included national celebrations, royal visits, and major state events where Hashem, although younger than his siblings, appeared with his family. One of Hashem's most significant public appearances early in his life was during the Jordanian National Day celebrations and Independence Day events. These events are a staple in the royal calendar and involve royal families attending official ceremonies, military parades, and cultural performances. Like his siblings, Prince Hashem often wore traditional Jordanian attire during these moments, symbolizing his connection to the people and the nation. Even as a child, his presence at such important national events helped introduce him to the public. In addition to national events, Prince Hashem has occasionally joined his parents during state visits abroad. These visits strengthen diplomatic ties between the royal family and other nations. Although Hashem was still young, his participation in such visits shows the royal family's unity and presents the prince as a figure of continuity for the monarchy. As Prince Hashem approaches adulthood, he has gradually begun taking on solo engagements that signify his growing role in public life. Though still relatively few, these solo engagements are an important step in Hashem's transition from royal child to emerging leader within the family. As the youngest royal child, Hashem will also work alongside his older siblings, strengthening the family's bonds. For example, he may join his brother, Crown Prince Hussein, in official duties to gradually assume tasks more suited to his age and experience. For a moment, let's compare the young prince with his other siblings and see what they did when they were his age. Prince Hussein, the family's first child and crown prince, was introduced to royal duties earlier. While this is quite understandable given his position as the heir apparent, it was still very commendable. Hussein accompanied his father, King Abdullah II, from a young age to important political and diplomatic engagements. Princess Iman, the family's second child, also performed her share of royal duties, although she focused more on social causes and education, which shows her interests. Like her brother Hussein, Iman has represented the royal family at various events and advocated for women's rights and youth empowerment. The third princess, Salma, has equally participated in royal engagements, especially in military service and community outreach. She is also pursuing higher education and is known for her focus on leadership development. Compared to his siblings, Hashem's royal duties start later, but this is a deliberate choice, as the younger royal family members are being carefully groomed to assume larger roles gradually. The transition to adulthood. In many cultures, turning 18 is a big milestone as it signifies the transition from adolescence to adulthood. This momentous event holds even more weight for Prince Hashem of Jordan, as it is his passage into legal adulthood and a shift in his role within the royal family and his country. Turning 18 carries deep cultural and societal meaning in Jordan, and for a royal family member, it brings new responsibilities, expectations, and opportunities. Often, people gain full rights, including the ability to vote and participate in public life, when they reach a certain age. For most countries, the age is 18. The same applies to Jordanians. This is when they begin to take on more adult responsibilities, such as work, education, and political engagement. However, for a member of the royal family like Prince Hashem, turning 18 is more than a personal milestone. It formally recognizes his future role in the country's leadership. Jordan highly regards the monarchy. Its members are pillars of stability, tradition, and unity. For the Hashemite family, turning 18 signifies the beginning of a new chapter, during which the young royal is gradually expected to play a more active and visible role in both public and private life. The transition to adulthood is often accompanied by a carefully planned series of public duties and engagements to notify the appropriate quarters that the royal is ready to assume responsibility for the country's affairs. As a Jordanian journalist noted in the Jordan Times, when a royal turns 18, it is not just about age, it is about readiness for leadership and the weight of expectations that come with it. King Abdullah II, in a statement marking his son's milestone, mentioned how the monarchy adapts to changing times while preserving its legacy of leadership and service. This suggests that Prince Hashem's role will involve ceremonial duties and a deeper engagement in national development, youth initiatives, and diplomatic endeavors that align with Jordan's priorities for the future. For instance, his involvement in Jordan's economic development plans, which focus on diversifying the economy and improving infrastructure, could play a major role in his royal duties. Speculations on his future responsibilities. As a young adult, Prince Hashem's future responsibilities will no doubt focus on the monarchy's core areas of influence, including diplomacy, governance, humanitarian work, and advancing Jordan's global standing. His father, King Abdullah II, has worked tirelessly to position Jordan as a moderate force in the Middle East. One of his bravest decisions is advocating for peace, stability, and cooperation across borders. Prince Hashem's transition to adulthood will likely see him participating more actively in these diplomatic initiatives. As Prince Hashem enters adulthood, his involvement in royal duties and humanitarian causes will be shaped by his upbringing and passions. The Hashemite family has long emphasized the importance of education and public service, and Hashem's transition into adulthood will give him more opportunities to champion these causes. Queen Rania's work as a global education advocate has already placed the Hashemite family at the forefront of global efforts to improve access to quality education, particularly for marginalized groups. As Hashem matures, his role could involve taking on specific education-related projects in Jordan or partnering with international organizations. In addition, the prince may also be called upon to help elevate the status of Jordan's educational system, advocating for reform and innovation to keep up with the demands of a rapidly changing world. Furthermore, Prince Hashem may become more directly involved in Jordan's international diplomacy, where he will represent his country at high-profile events and forge relationships with leaders worldwide. Given his family's long-standing role as mediators in the region, particularly in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Hashem's adult years will likely involve delicate diplomatic efforts that align with his family's tradition of promoting peace and stability. His exposure to international diplomacy through his father and older brother, Crown Prince Hussein, will be invaluable as he embraces the complex political scene of the Middle East. Prince Hashem's role in a modern Jordan. As a member of Jordan's royal family, Prince Hashem plays a key part in forming the monarchy's role in modern times. Given his age, he falls into a special demography called Gen Z. And if this generation is known for one thing, it is the unique way they think and do things. This is when the Arab world is undergoing significant social, political, and technological change. If given the chance, the younger generation of royals, including Hashem, will rebuild how monarchies are perceived in their countries and internationally. Through their engagement with national initiatives, modern causes, and the rate at which digital communication evolves, they will undoubtedly contribute to a more accessible, progressive, and forward-thinking image of the monarchy. Historically, monarchies in the Arab world have been symbols of tradition, authority, and continuity. However, as societal norms evolve, younger royals are stepping forward with a fresh perspective on leadership and how they offer new approaches to governance and social causes. Prince Hashem is part of this new wave, and his generation represents a shift in how royal figures engage with their people and address modern problems. Under King Abdullah II and Queen Rania, the Jordanian monarchy embraced modernization by focusing on education, technology, and youth empowerment. Prince Hashem's generation is expected to build on these efforts, using their platform to modernize the monarchy's public image. His involvement in national initiatives will demonstrate that the royal family is not just a figurehead of tradition, but an active participant in shaping Jordan's future. As a journalist noted in Arab News, the younger royals are setting the tone for a monarchy that is both anchored in history and forward-looking in its approach to global challenges. The Hashemite family has long advocated for education reform in Jordan. Prince Hashem's growing involvement could help develop policies catering to the country's youth, whether through supporting initiatives that provide access to quality education or advocating for technological advancement in schools. Hashem's contributions will help ensure that Jordan's younger generation is equipped to thrive in a rapidly changing world. The role of social media in modernizing the monarchy. In an increasingly digital world, social media has become a powerful tool for connecting with audiences, particularly younger generations. For a royal family like Jordan's, which is keen to modernize its public image, embracing social media is essential. Prince Hashem's potential to connect with the Jordanian public and international audiences is amplified through platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Queen Rania, already a pioneer in using social media to promote her advocacy for education, women's rights, and social causes, has set an example for her children in using these platforms as tools for engagement and influence. As a young royal, Prince Hashem will use social media to promote his work and advance causes related to education, social justice, and youth empowerment. Moreover, social media provides an avenue for Hashem to connect with global audiences, especially in a world that increasingly values transparency and direct communication. He can share Jordan's growth story through social media, participate in global climate change, education, and health discussions, and showcase the royal family's commitment to humanitarian efforts. His interactions with international organizations and global youth movements can help amplify Jordan's voice on the global stage. Prince Hashem today. In recent years, Prince Hashem bin Abdullah has stepped further into the spotlight to tell those who matter that his responsibilities have increased in Jordan's royal family. At just 18 years old, Hashem has begun to undertake both ceremonial and official duties to demonstrate a growing presence on the international stage and within Jordan. On June 2023, Prince Hashem made his official international debut during a state visit to Spain alongside his parents, King Abdullah II and Queen Rania. The visit was an important milestone for the young prince because it introduced him to diplomatic protocols and the intricacies of representing Jordan abroad. During their visit, the royal family met with King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain to strengthen Jordan's strong bilateral relations with Spain. Media outlets like Hola magazine wrote about the young prince's poised demeanor during the visit, noting, "Prince Hashem demonstrated a natural ease in formal settings, suggesting that he is well prepared for the responsibilities of his royal heritage. His participation in such high-level engagements signals his readiness to take on roles that extend Jordan's diplomacy and goodwill abroad." Before this talk of the media appearance, Hashem had accompanied his father to Egypt and Bahrain for diplomatic and regional matters. These visits were not widely publicized, but were important to familiarize the young royal with Jordan's foreign policy and encourage ties within the Middle East. On the 14th of August 2023, Prince Hashem reached another milestone when he was sworn in as regent for the first time. This significant event occurred when King Abdullah II traveled to Egypt for a summit. This opened up an opportunity for Hashem to be temporarily left in charge. As regent, the prince assumed the king's role, allowing him to display the trust and responsibility vested in him at a young age. While Hashem's role as regent was largely ceremonial, it was still a key step in his development as a future leader within the Hashemite family. The Jordanian constitution allows the king to appoint a regent from among his family during absences, and Hashem's appointment underscored the royal family's confidence in his potential. On June 2024, Prince Hashem was sworn in as regent for the second time. This time around, it was in the presence of Jordan's cabinet. This appointment came as King Abdullah II departed for Italy to participate in the G7 summit, an invitation extended by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. As reported by Arab News, Prince Hashem's repeated appointments as regent demonstrate the monarchy's commitment to preparing its younger members for leadership, ensuring continuity in governance and the Hashemite family's legacy. What do you think about Prince Hashem? Do you think he will grow up to take more meaningful responsibility? Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoy this video, you should like, share, and subscribe to this channel.